Ready? Alright, James, Alexander says this bastard. Does all of this mean? It means that we are arresting you, former comrade Weinberg. You, this is nonsense. You can't arrest me. I'm a world-famous scientist. I'm the head of this floor. I'm the head scientist in the cloning project. The leader himself appointed me here. Time changed, I said. You crossed the line of trust when you decided to create a cult around yourself. Cult? Around myself? Nonsense. What about the canon clones? Didn't you want to become a god? Oh, Redgrave, is this you doing? Redgrave, you lousy bastard, telling everyone about the canon clones? What have you done? You could have been a prophet. You could have kept... You have to keep the memory of your name alive for centuries. I trust you. You deceived me. I'm tired of this shouting. Take this genius away and shut his mouth so that he can't say anything to the gods. Good work, even. The country and the leader thank you. Yes, but I didn't come close to solving the mystery after my father's death. That's where you're mistaken. You're one step away from it. What? How? I think that if today's success, the great leader will allow you a visit. Me? But what will I say to him, and what does the death of my father have to do with it? All in good time. When you receive your invitation, contact me. I'll explain everything. See, James, I'll sure to call you. Excellent. Once again, congratulations on a job well done. You're probably being used. Okay. Now comes the question. How many of these do we have? 18 or 21? Quick save. In there. We checked that one. Checked all three. We got 3. Just wondering how many more. Missing somewhere, something somewhere. Just wondering where. Where can we be missing? I thought we did that one. We're gonna quick save on this so I don't waste time. Okay, it's not there. It's load because I remember correctly I've done these already, so let's double check. Okay. double checking, see. Okay, let's click say I'm interested to see what happens to be. Chat, compliment. Job, and just seeing if there's something I missed. Because we have so much authority. Okay, we're doing this just to think of it. Gun from. Can't do this because it doesn't leave his desk. Should have checked these two, so there shouldn't be any on these. Check. There's nothing in there.
Donna bensin verificazione.
Akhirnya mesin apa? Ini fitnah mati kira.
Let's quick save. No, I did. What I did this. No, I didn't. Shit. Okay, so that's one. Operation took so many years, so much energy, so many sacrifices. The first trial run is in a month. A chance to change everything for the better will come to fruition in some 30 days. I can't believe it, and I will finally get to see my son without having to fear for his life or those of his family. But it's too early to daydream and celebrate this victory. There is still much I still have to check. The important thing is to make sure that the signal stability doesn't violate the alpha rate at 9 Hz. Okay, so we have 2 more. Two more we will find. There's nothing in this one because I have. Let's put. That's where we had stuff that we wanted to have. hasn't been anything we can get through. Otherwise here, no. Yeah, let's save. Shall have searched these, so there shouldn't be anything in these. It wasn't those. Spend that much time. As I could remember, we went through them before. Shouldn't be anything up there. That means there must be something up here somewhere. What I can remember, we went through all the desks. I just don't want to spend a whole day going back and forth. There shouldn't be anything on this one either. I have searched it before, so there shouldn't be anything.
Đó là mình xin về đuôi gì về mà.
We shall have done this. We can't go down, so it means we have gotten that one, we gotten that one. Huh. So what the heck am I missing then? I don't get it, what I'm missing. Missing two. From where though? What the heck am I missing then? Did all these. Nothing to check here. Check that. Check that, check that. On his desk. Quick save just to check. Nothing there. Down that one. Did that. Where the heck am I missing then? Did find one little miss. There's no other place I can have missed it though. Missing two. I don't have no idea what I can have missed. Let's go back home and read and then we get to the next. Yes. I have no idea where I can have missed books. How annoying. Come back. That one. This is where I would think they would end up at. Okay. Yes. Back home, we call James and we do the book. Yeah. So annoying though, I can't. I checked all the places before I. I just don't know what I have missed. It's gonna be too late now too. James, I've been promoted to the very top. Touch damn, and finally, that's the best news I've heard since. I can't even remember the last time I had such good news. Now what? What's next move? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't have no next move. We are entering Terra Incognita. I have no idea what awaits us on the top floor. But father always fell silent when I asked about it. I don't mean to be rude, James, but are you shitting me? I worked all the way up to the top and you don't know what I'm going to find there? Your finances even, that I'm sure of, and this time I'm coming with you. Your clearance allows you to bring visitors with you. You're one of the gods now. Thank you, James, honestly. I would feel better with you around. You won't leave a single question unanswered. Heimdall, the death of your father, all the injustices perpetrated in the name of the leader. We will find the answers to every question and hold the guilty accountable. Meet me near the elevator, Eamon. What the heck? He has paid bills. He just popped out from nowhere again. Damn bills, man. Yes, now we can do Motherland. I could have missed that one. Okay. Let's have a nappy. Yeah, I have no idea what they are now. I'm missing two. I'll be right back. No. Doing this in a slow way. That's the leader. Touch. Lady, you're in my way. Come away. Let's see about hacking his. In there. I thought I did this though. Why didn't I have Yeah, because I checked this before. So why was that one grayed up then? Red cross for all of a sudden. When I checked it before. Odd. Or was it? I thought I hacked it. Was it this one I can hack? I've been this one I never hacked. Exactly. I hacked this one. Reason. Well, not like it was needed. Okay, let's get to the elevator and see about getting to the top floor now. Hey, James. Well, I guess so. You sure perhaps you still have some unfinished business in the ministry? Any promises you still have to keep? Go to the top floor. Excellent, my boy. Let's go. Okay. Let's see what we end up with. Translation, no fucking clue. What the? Okay. It's like, what the? George Hamlets. I'm exploring, see if there's anything around. Do this first. Okay, password. Okay, George. Why the heck did he shoot him? Hello, even. Emirates, what? What the hell? Why? From your explanation, it's hard to tell what you're more stunned by. Cunningham's tragic death or my own miraculous resurrection? I'd have to say both events are equally shocking to you, so I'll give you some time to have a look around. Yes, did have a look around, buddy. I don't have the password for this, so... Okay. Yeah, how did that happen? I'm sure you figured out a lot of things out as you scramble your way to the top, but I imagine you still have a lot of questions. Ask away. We have plenty of time. Just please don't do anything stupid. I have enough rounds left in this gun to put you next to Cunningham 8 times over. Who are you, really? I'm George Hamlets, and now, without any false modesty, I can say that I am the smartest member of the inner circle. The circle? That's what we call the elite group of people who really govern this country. The rest are all after me. They saw my return to being a senior manager in the Citizens Appeal Department as a foolish flight of fancy. They even came up with a word for it. Downshifting. But only there, down below, can you see all the vulnerabilities of the system. Only by pretending to be one of the mere mortals could I find ways to access other structures such as the Internal Investigation Division. All it took was a little dirt scraped from very bottom. Just 342 incoherent reports, a little indirect evidence of the rest of the inner circle being corrupt, 14 blurry photos to be exact, and that was it. James Aldous Cunningham took the bait and started digging. Yes, but Henry's execution. How was it possible? You were executed. I saw you hanged in public with my own eyes. You weren't the only one who witnessed it. That was the point. There was nothing supernatural about it. Bribes for the guards, a climbing safety rig under my jacket, a couple of clasps, and a hook for the noose. The really hard part was having to hang there without moving after that little show for the following 18 hours and 43 minutes. Why? You know, you seem like a smart man. You made your way to the top after all, and yet you still don't get some very simple things. Strange. It's so that others think I'm no longer around. My rivals are more dangerous than yours. What rivals? Ferguson, DeSalvo, Weinberg. While I was dead, they were competing with each other, thinking that they didn't have to worry about anyone else behind their backs. Let's go at the bosses of the other floors. Why was it necessary to get me to deal with the bosses? As I said, I needed someone to help get rid of my competitors. Let's discuss how well that went. Ferguson, thanks to you, the pompous turkey of a man will be kept very busy digging holes for pools he will never get to swim in. Great work. As for DeSalvo, killed a psychopath who should have been put down like a rabid dog a long time ago. Of course, I can't say I haven't gotten my hands dirty from time to time, but I believe that violence should be justified and fictional. The things you did were inexcusable and unforgivable. You did everyone a favor by putting an end to it all. And as for Weinberg, things got out of hand with that clown and his clones. Let's let him see what an ideal society truly looks like. You're right not to get swept up in his ideas. We will be heading for a future overrun with clones otherwise. I think it's only fitting that he serve as a biomaterial to help create the clones he loved so much. And as for where that leaves us, you did a superlative job. Well done. You played your part in my symphony without missing a single note. You're the star performer. The inner circle has been eliminated and now I'm the only one left. I'll be sure to give you a certificate of merit for all your hard work, even a red grave. Let's see about the inner circle. Tell me about the inner circle. Me, Ferguson, DeSalvo, Weinberg, and your father. That's the whole inner circle. What about the vice leader? Doesn't he rule everything? Even, are you really that much of a fool? The old loon never ruled anything. It's been that way from the very beginning. What? Just wait, you still have a chance to chat with him today, and why not? You definitely earned your audience. That's what Cunningham. Why did you kill him? Nothing personal. Cunningham had played his part and therefore it was time to remove him. He would become waste material. And what was his part? He may have mentioned that he had a superior. I was the superior, although he never once saw me and he received all his orders by telephone. I don't think he ever even guessed at the first circumstantial evidence he found on the inner circle also came from me. He used you, and I used him to eliminate my competitors and gain access to the Heimdall project through you. Let's go at the Heimdall project. What is this project? What's the purpose of it? We control people, using repeater towers spread throughout the city, 2,841 of them altogether, connected to a single network. You adjust the wavelength properly and send a signal, you can make people do anything you like. What's more, it's possible to create more complex patterns and command different people to do different things. You can make ordinary people obey and not complain. Make soldiers go to war, make workers work. You can command everyone to be happy, and they will be happy. Or you can order everyone to voluntarily go to the nearest euthanasia center and free up some space. One way or another, each individual will become a link in one great chain, part of a self-sustaining system that sees everything and hears everything. This is Heimdall. Ask about your father.
Termettömissä milloinko?
My father involved?
Oh,
Your father worked on Heimdall, not by himself, of course. He was a talented administrator and politician, but no scientist. He did achieve a real breakthrough. His team discovered how to completely block the signal for individual recipients. Without this, there would have been no point to the project. The entirety of the powerful elite would also be under the influence of the signal. I, for one, didn't much fancy becoming a slobbering idiot, jumping through hoops for whoever's standing at the control panel. Put simply, Heimdall is as much celebly Redgrave's child as you are. And considering the fact that you and your father barely spoke to each other, I could not unequivocally say which of you he loved more. How did my dad die? I make no secret of the fact that the Tele posed a problem for all of us. But he was developing had the potential to not just shake the scales of power. Heimdall was capable of simply smashing the scales into dust. And opinions on the matter differed. Some didn't believe that such a project could actually be completed. Some wanted to wait until the development was finished so that they could take it for themselves, and some were quite content with the current balance of power. Then the first test exceeded our wildest expectation. It was 100% effective, but your father, and this was a surprise, suddenly grew a conscience. You had him killed. Who was the one who did it? You? I think he was just trying to protect you. None of us had any qualms about harming each other's families after all. You won't believe me, of course, and why should you? But your father jumped out that window himself. You're right, I don't believe a word of it. You don't have to believe it. You can watch the surveillance camera footage yourself from the terminal. The password is Icarus. Damn. Good job, breakthrough. I won't let you bastards have Heimdall. You'll only make things worse. To hell with you. You protected your son. We understand and respect that, but you didn't do anything to protect yourself. How long do you think you will last on my table? You got to jump off cliffs all the time and build yourself wings on the way down. What? I said, what is he talking about? Damn, so he did do it then. The other one. I click on that one. Password, that one. Okay. Where did we laugh? Ask why I'm here. I understand all of that, but what does it have to do with me, damn it? Threat of the death of his son would have been enough to get Sal to give up and hand over access to the first person to get to you. So he was clever about it. He tuned Heimdall to your biometrics, DNA and vital signs. Then he killed himself. So you're the only person in the world who can activate the program. But why he stashed those boxes with launch codes all over the ministry, which again only you can open, I do not quite understand. You had to be alive, healthy and calm, that is, not in pain or under stress, to launch Heimdall. That's why you weren't dragged to this office right away. That's why the boss of each the floor tried, let's say, to draw you into the orbit of their interests. But the father's letter? Father's first letter, you wrote it, right? Let's just say I edited a little. The original much more voluminous. Caleb described the inner circle, Heimdall and his plans in detail. But the phrase "don't trust anyone" belongs to him. You should have listened to your father, Ellen. I should have known. Right about that, even though back then, does this guy really have no questions? Like, why the hell is Dad writing in riddles instead of just telling everything like it is? By the way, you have a big mouth even. You told Cunningham about me and the letter immediately, and they asked you to keep everything secret. Finish that trip down the memory lane and let's get down to business. About the leader. He said that the wise leader doesn't decide anything. Oh yes, you have a unique opportunity to see the wise, great, fair leader exactly how he really is. If you're going to weep in disappointment, don't do it too loud. There's a button in the terminal. The password is organic vegetable. You will appreciate the joke soon enough. Okay. Hey. Check that out then. Okay. Wise leader, huh? Hello. Hello, is that you, Caleb? No, you look a lot like him. I'm his son. I have so many questions for you. I don't even know where to start. I'm sorry to disappoint you, young man, but I don't know very much. I will have something to ask of you, but that's for later. In the meantime, ask your questions. If I can, I will answer. Ask about the inner circle. Do you know about the inner circle? Do you even know what's going on in the ministry? I have no idea what you're talking about. These people don't really ask for my opinion, and why would they? What? You're the wise leader. What does that mean? The wise leader is an image, and nothing more. You're the father of the nation, the leader of the great state, the conscience, mind, and honor of our era. I want to tell you a story. It's hard to believe, but once, a very, very, very long time ago, I was a teenager. Fantasy books were incredibly popular at the time, kind of like fairy tales for adults. Have you ever read anything like that? Those kinds of books are banned. They say that every citizen must build a real life, not live in fantasies. Well, when I was young, these books were everywhere. The hardest part was finding the good stories among all the rest. My friend told me the simplest way of identifying the bad ones. You have to read the description on the back, and if you come across a sentence containing more than 3 words that start with a capital letter, the book is most likely rubbish. This technique still works almost 100% of the time. I hope you now understand why I'm quite sick and tired of all these wise leaders' conscience, minds, and so on. Why don't you do anything? You just lie here while injustices happen all around you, in your own name. What can I do? I have long been just a tired old man who can't even move more than 100 steps away from these machines. Would you like to hear how I became the wise leader? It's like we didn't get a choice. I was an aspiring theater actor when the revolution started. I mostly played small parts. The most humiliating experience I ever had was portraying a corpse for 3 hours. Seems ironic now, doesn't it? So the revolutionaries stormed the theater during one of those shows and shot dead every actor for worshipping Borges' values. They left me alone, seeing as I was already acting dead. A week later, I encountered them again on the street. They were shocked. They must have remembered my face. And someone yelled, "It's a miracle!" And before I knew it, I was put on a pedestal to give a speech. Either out of fear or relief, I got carried away with it. Turns out I was great at making rousing speeches. Within a fortnight, I was the face of the revolution, and as you can guess, it became my job to speak someone else's words from a stage, inspiring and motivating others. I was a nobody, and I remained a nobody, just an echo. At least now I don't have to play dead anymore. As you can see, I already look much deader than any corpse. What is all this? Why are you here? What are the organs in those tubes for? I'm over 100 years old. They continue to transplant failed organs into me and keep me hooked up to life support. The worst thing is, nobody cares what I want. When they don't need me, they put me in an induced coma. When they do need me, usually to record yet another propaganda video, they raise me from the dead. Why? Wouldn't it be less trouble to use lookalikes? We had those for a time, but they all wanted something. Money, women, or just to get drunk all the time. After a couple of unfortunate incidents, we decided to just go back to the one person who already accepted his fate long ago. I'm not blind, I'm easily replaceable. They just don't want to go to the effort. What request? Said you had a request of me. I understand that asking this from a stranger is too much, but there might be no other chance. I'm so tired. I'm so sick of myself. So many years have passed and I'm still the same soulless talking machine. I want you to kill me. What? Kill me, I beg you. Stop this meaningless agony. After all, so many people have been deprived of their organs to support my life. I'm just a scratched up turntable playing the same record over and over again. Plugging me is pointless. Those life supports have a great many safeguards. Just take a pillow. Kill me, friend. Do the right thing. End my suffering. Can I help you? I'm sorry. Not at all. May your hand be steady. Please no, you're doing me a great kindness. Are we gonna get shot? Why do we live off? That's what Hamlet wants. He's the boss wants something. What do you want? Me? What do you think I want? Something tells me that a person whose mind could weave such a plan to eliminate the competitors doesn't simply want to enjoy the power. Well, cards on the table, right? Get it out. I've been here for many years, in this muddy pool of yours that you call a great state for some unfathomable reason. What could be so great about such a colossal amount of shit? You're like maggots, crawling around in garbage, incapable of imagining anything better. What use is your freedom if you don't know what to do with it? You yourselves gave it up to a handful of wicked people many years ago. And it would have been fine if you only poisoned your own lives, but you built everything around the fact that someone else is to blame. Everything from economics to demographics is tied to a war with your neighbors, who are also responsible, it turns out, for your inability to go and do something about it. Oh my god, you're a mole, a Borean! I have forgotten who I am over the years, but I have not forgotten what I want to end this damn war that continues to take so many lives. That's why I'm here even. I want to use Heimdall to stop this meat grinder. So that your people and my people can safely build our own happiness. Hold on even, it's time to do what you have spent so much time working towards. Now you will launch Heimdall and hand control over to me. Don't try anything funny, I still have the revolver. I can live without Heimdall. You can't live without your head. Okay, that became do two different things then, I guess. Oh. Oh, it's some kind of force field. Thought even thought of that. No, I really can make my own choice. Welcome to Heimdall Control System. Investment game. Administrator privileges, even Red Brigade. You have 240 codes for protocol changes. The maximum is 250. Select the required protocol. I have 240. Okay, so is this several different things we can do? Happiness for all, free of charge. An experimental protocol to introduce recipients to the pursuit of personal happiness and public welfare. Not making for use without prior A/B testing on A/B audience during A/B period. What? I don't understand anything. That analysis of selected cohorts soft launch may result in a LTV decrease. Close this protocol. Yes.
A low pulsating hum droned through the city, filling the air, boring into every mind and bending every single person to its mechanical will. Men and women, adults and children, rich and poor. In just a few minutes, the entire population submitted to Heimdall's power. From then on, people thought, felt, wished, and did only what was required of them. The desire of an abstract common good embedded into the minds of citizens had unexpected consequences. As it turns out, everyone has their own idea of good, and this meant that people strived for different, often opposite things. A wave of unmotivated violence swept through the city. People attacked one another at random, sincerely believing that they were doing it for the common good. When the wave of violence subsided, leaving behind it blood-soaked streets, the few survivors, shaken to the depth of their souls by the incident, started building a better world. And they did it with such fervor that they forgot about their own basic needs. After only a month, Elmer was a ghost town where even the most desperate did not set foot. Anyone who understood what was happening and who still had free will wisely fled the city, while Evan stayed on the top floor, witnessing the consequences of his choice day after day. Sometimes in moments of weakness, he thought that punishing himself with the monstrous sight of the massacre below was enough to atone for his sins, but soon there was no one left to whom he could repent. And so the thought of the shredder several floors below seemed more and more attractive to Evan every day. But what mattered was that the thought was his own.
Huh. Interesting one. But the sad part, I can't do God mode because I don't have the... can't find it to last two. I don't know. Spoke to him last time.
Aquele me
Yeah, let's see what he wants. Watch this part a few times.
Kan med bara segini bah ada.
Can't do that one. Okay, so we try that one. Let's try God mode. Yes.
A low pulsating hum drawn through the city, filling the air, boring into every mind and bending every single person to its mechanical will. Men and women, adults and children, rich and poor. In just a few minutes, the entire population submitted to Heimdall's power. From then on, people thought, felt, wished, and did only what was required of them. Is a cult of personality really such a bad thing? After all, if someone receives praise to the high heavens, doesn't that mean that they deserve it? The mindless worship of the wise leader was replaced by the blind adoration of Evan Redgrave. And if citizens had previously been able to afford to express their disapproval of the current state of affairs even in a whisper, now no one would have dared to do so, because having one's own thoughts is an unaffordable luxury in a country covered with relay towers. But this is not the end, it is only the beginning. There are still so many places in the world where Heimdall towers are yet to rise into the skies, and so many countries yet to learn about Evan Redgrave. Replacing the wise leader, is that not the pinnacle of a ministry career? The name Redgrave was respected before, but now it inspires awe.
Oh.
Isn't that what you wanted for your son, Father? Isn't that the greatness you dreamed of when you created Heimdall? Evan sits at the top of the world, and everything belongs to him, from the mountains and rivers to the people and their thoughts. He alone decides what his subjects can feel and want. Evan Redgrave is a god now, and what does it matter that the fate of all gods is loneliness?
Okay. No. One.
Aquele me ensina, foi na minha fala.
Eh? And those two. Let's try it and see what happens. Okay. Yes. The connection of independent sockets initiated.
A series of terrible explosions shook the city. The relay towers became colossal columns of flame, falling on residents' houses and destroying the streets below. Violent fires raged for several days, and when they were finally put out, the heaps of twisted iron and sad memories were all that remained of Project Heimdall. Little changed in the country. Ministers continued to fight over power. Old players were deposed by new ones, each more vain than the last. A lack of principles became a synonym for success. Ordinary citizens remained a bargaining chip in political games, small cogs in the soulless machine of total surveillance and control. The ruling elite had no use for Evan. After the protective dome disappeared, he was held at gunpoint and thrown out the same window his father had fallen from. Like father, like son, they shouted at him in a mocking farewell. And only during that fall, in a state of absolute terror, did Evan truly feel free for the first time in his life, even if only for a fraction of a second.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next round. Isolate Heimdall. In addition to formatting access out and activating additional firewalls, this protocol assumes the physical elimination of the last active administrator with the total removal of his or her DNA chains. Medical data says this procedure is quick and highly painful. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes. Complete system isolation procedure launched.
Over time, the huge relay towers became a familiar part of the urban landscape. Slowly turning rusty and useless, they hung gloomily over the heads of everyone below. And though some said that the towers were only slumbering, still waiting for their master, no one ever found out what they were really built for. Little changed in the country. Ministers continued to fight over power. Old players were deposed by new ones, each more vain than the last. A lack of principles became a synonym for success. Ordinary citizens remained a bargaining chip in political games, small cogs in the soulless machine of total surveillance and control. Evan's sacrifice wasn't in vain. None of the ministers who so passionately wanted unlimited control over the minds of the citizens were able to have it. Who knows how much worse things could have been if Heimdall had fallen into the wrong hands. But in the final seconds of his life, Evan still thought, could things have turned out differently? Was there ever any way for me to change something for the better?
Yeah, I think there was not that especially well, good in one way, but not really.
Oh, man, look at in the phone.
Blah 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 blah. I just think it's something I missed.
Ana fi daga yaran basan da.
This one is something, but I have no idea what it is, and since I can't get that. So we done that one, we done that one, done that one, that one. This one. Don't use the appropriate access level. Wait. 10 minutes. Because the other ones are all dead. Interesting, administrative new user. Okay. Mr. Hamlet Heimdall is awaiting instructions.
A low pulsating hum drawn through the city, filling the air, boring into every mind and bending every single person to its mechanical will. Men and women, adults and children, rich and poor. In just a few minutes, the entire population submitted to Heimdall's power. From then on, people thought, felt, wished, and did only what was required of them. Heimnitz deceived Evan unshamedly. With the relays at his disposal, he spread them quickly throughout the country and immediately carried out his plan to destroy the population. People dutifully lined up at the euthanasia centers, and when there was no one left, the Boreans came and took everything they needed. The once great country became a desert with the frightening, empty streets of a ghost town. Evan wasn't able to see it through to the end. He was only able to marvel at how quickly his fate had been decided, and regretted that Heimnitz didn't find enough soap for his rope. At least he wasn't around to witness one of the largest genocides in history, and the destruction of his family along with it.
So, I'm just gonna see if there's anything we can do. What I can be missing. 'Cause I'm missing 2.
Får han med knä? Nigga, nu är så jag med. Terme, are fit, in fit. Jag kan med. Nu är så gärna kick mig. In fit na mat. Jag kan. Are fit. Terme, det är så. Får han med knä?
Like nothing here. These are just plants. Yes, nothing else.
là được.
Bên sông qua biển.
Lỡ tổ viên hưu chi đi.
Okay, let's see. Is there up here? Let's see. Beholder 2. Biometric. Patient. Thing is, we got the one from the vending machine now. Not that. We got it from this one.
Rồi, ni chỉ kẹp mà.
Just like a folder again. There's only a gun and bottle of rum in there.
Jag kan med sinne för dem. Terme, det är så min lökona.
Okay. We got another one. Henry is exceptional in numbers and he is truly passionate about his job. When I brought him in on the hammer, I couldn't even imagine what a valuable asset he would become. How many times that his talent was wasted on the first floor and that he should work with statistics. He has smiled in response. Sometimes he seems to be the only one I can trust. Didn't know where he really was and what he was capable of. Would be friends with him without hesitation. Okay. So yes, so that's one. Just want to see if I can get that ending with all of them. It was this one I had. Didn't know that you could.
Alle vi beginger. Inde foran.
Let's see. I want to check this too. One of my house for helping us at the House of Misfits. You have saved us because you help us, children, we have nothing. Okay. That's that one. Okay. Okay, 20 out of 21 then, huh? Let's just double check. This one shouldn't have anything. Okay. I think we've checked all the spots here. Okay, let's see. Repotted plants, yeah. In a machine, yes. Food cart, yes. Yeah. In a cart, yes. Did a free prank quest, yes. Did this one? Not in the desk. We had done on this floor. There's something up here then. Double check, I should have done his. Oh no, with the dress and all that. Gotta pay a hefty fine. Got this, right? And that has been refilled. Down there, we checked the 2 ones down there. Found in some time lapse. Let's see, okay. Found within the last and found after some time in floor 12. Lost and found.
Luigi bay mama. Non me si vede che ne.
He's talking about.
Solo! Stop! Can you go on, sir?
What the heck? Freaking missing something? did check that. I'm missing one damn thing. What the heck? Henry codes collector. Okay, so no. Okay. So what is it? Okay. I got the 250 now, but I'm missing one safe though. Is this safe? Nothing but lost and found safe.
Termeteuinsa minulle. Ennen viittamaan tekijän huole.
Yes, this safe contained 20 codes. This safe appears at the end of the second day of work on the 12th floor. Must be a safe one here. Heck. Missing one. did all that, I did that, I did that. So what the heck, man?
Quiero missione faremo fa?
I checked it before, so. We have done that one. We got the book to learn her language. And he's this too, so. Yeah, let's see. We got 250, 250 now, so. Yes, I know what. There's one missing somewhere. I have no idea where. Oh wait, could it be? I'm just gonna test it. I don't think so. I'm just gonna check that vendor guy. But otherwise, we got enough. We got enough to see that last ending at least. Yeah. Check this. Missing one, but it says whiskey. So we can buy one. Wait, no whiskey. Nothing we need, and there's nothing here yet. I was hoping it would be like something. Yes, I don't know how I'm gonna get the last information. We got the all codes we need now. Though. We got the ending. Let's do that.
Ah, pensou. Olha que ninguém.
Go. Let's see the last ending.
Meu esse cara aqui que mano.
Mama they for a kiss with a monster mom if you never.
Yeah, we've been here. We don't have the correct password, which he will give us, but what would be like something to get? Yeah, we're going through all this. Can get what I want. I'll with you. Bum bum bum. No, see, no. Refuse them.
Looking careful for boss mock in the phone. Almost terminate. In my course, hard mock. In my mock. In my course, in the mock it. In the mock it. We will see. Mock him soon. In my mock him soon. I can't miss enough for them.
To help him. I thought I was gonna get shot, like don't do it, but doesn't care. Okay.
Lui si gara kipi ma.
Le ragazzine alla sempre che erano dei body for smani. Le manazime come una. Nivani come se.
Okay, you're doing this now.
Levani mappero mod miedo.
The content of the protocol has been hidden by a previous administrator. Initialize this protocol. Yes.
Che erano dei body for smani.
Fully initialized.
Le ragazzine
By
alla
the
sempre
preset trace.
Nivani come se.
You made the right choice, son. I'm proud of you. I love you very much.
Levani mappero mod
Protocol
miedo.
loaded.
A low pulsating hum droned through the city, filling the air, boring into every mind and bending every single person to its mechanical will. Men and women, adults and children, rich and... In just a few minutes, the entire population submitted to Heimdall's power. From then on, people thought, felt, wished, and did only what was required of them. You can't force a person to be happy against their will, but what if you forcefully give them free will? What if you instill in them a single thought? From now on, you make your own decisions and take responsibility for your own actions. Could it bring about peace? The inhabitants of Helmer were the first to become truly independent. Even though their lives weren't perfect, their choices were often far from ideal, and the consequences of these choices were painful. But they had their own choices, their own happiness, and their own mercy. The ministers, all of them were executed. The monstrous and useless bureaucratic apparatus was gradually dismantled, and the ministry building was turned into a museum dedicated to senseless cruelty. Evan became a full-fledged member of the new society. When asked about what happened in the last days of the great state, he would only smile and stay silent. He had no wish to recall his time spent in the ministry or the nightmares that he witnessed and took part in. Evan lost himself in real work and finally reunited with his family. Until the very end of his life, he tried to erase from his memory the faces of his superiors and colleagues, wishing fervently that he could stop hearing military marches in the distance and the roar of 1,000 voices chanting, "All hail the wise leader."